Hey, 7th grade. This is your math lesson for Wednesday, April the 1st. Today, or Wednesday, April the 1st, lessons 137 and 138, the odds are due. So we're going to go over a few of those, just to make sure we're doing the right thing. And then we will look at lesson 139. Lesson 139 is due on Thursday. On Thursday, we will review for the test, which is on Friday then, okay? Lesson 139, due on Thursday. We will review for the test on Thursday, and the test then will be on Friday. All right, have your papers that you have 137 and 138 on. Please do not listen to this video until you're done with this. So if you're not done, turn it off. Please get these done before you look at the answers, okay? It's not going to be beneficial for you to simply write answers in that you hear, okay? Try to figure them out first, and then check it, mark it wrong, figure out why it's wrong if you have something wrong. Lesson 137 is removing decimals in equations. So let's just walk through. Number 1, 4.5x equals 27. 4.5x equals 27. Right? We want to get rid of the decimal point. We don't like decimal points there. Decimal points complicate the matters. So remember, how do you get rid of a decimal point? So you have tenths showing. If you have tenths, you simply multiply 10 to both sides. 10 times 4.5x equals 10 times 27, right? You have tenths, you multiply this by 10, that moves the decimal over. So that's what you do. If it's 2 places, you multiply by 100. 3 places, multiply by 1,000. So that's what's happening here. This moves this over. So now we have 45x equals 10 times 27, 270, right? Now you divide by 45 to get rid of the 45. All you have left is x. Divide this by 45. What is 270 divided by 45? 270 divided by 45 is going to be what? Probably about 6. 270 divided by 45. 6 times 503. Yes. Your answer is 6. Number 1, the answer is 6. Multiply both sides by 10. Do the work like you're used to doing it. And get your answer. X equals 6. Number 3, you would multiply both sides by 10 again. Notice you have a decimal point on both sides, so 7.2x equals 21.6. 10, multiply both sides by 10, that gives you 72x equals 216. 216 divided by 72 equals 3. So number 3, x equals 3. Number 5 is 9. Number 9 is 9. All right, understand that absolute value. Number 13 would be 34.5 or 34.5 feet. All right, let's look at lesson 138. 138 is especially looking at figuring out the sums of signed numbers. So if the two signs are the same, so -1 and -1, you're figuring out the sum. So this is all addition, -1 plus -1, +2 and +2. If the signs are the same, we mentioned this yesterday, you simply add them, add the absolute value, and put the sign there that's in the equation. So the answer will have the same, you add, and the answer is the same sign as in the equation. So 1 plus 1 is 2, that's negative 2. 2 plus 2 is 4, that's positive 4. Always put the signs, okay? Always put the signs. If the signs are different, negative 4 and positive 6, or negative 5 and positive 3. If the signs are different, you subtract the absolute values. 6 minus 4. 6 minus 4 is 2. Okay, the signs are different. And then you put the sign of the highest absolute value with the answer. 6 minus 4 is 2. The highest absolute value has a plus, so your answer is plus 2. All right? Over here, different signs, subtract. 5 minus 3 is 2. The sign with the highest absolute value is a negative. So that one would be negative 2. Make sure that that's all on the video. Not sure if I have that much of the chalkboard on. Yep, you got it. All right. Same sign. Add them up, put the sign on the answer. Add it up, put the sign on the answer. Different signs, subtract the absolute value, 6 minus 4. The sign at the highest absolute value goes with the answer. 5 minus 3, negative. All right, excellent. So very quickly, the answers of the odd numbers of 9 through 28. Quickly, the answers, number 9 is negative 2. Number 11, positive plus 8. I will say positive, that means the plus sign with the 8. Put your signs in. Number 13, you would add 6 plus 4 and put a negative, negative 10. Number 15, same way, negative 14. Number 17, negative 6. Number 19, negative 10. Those are all doing the same thing, basically. That's ridiculous. Number 21, negative 7 and a positive 1. That's 7 minus 1 with the negative sign. Negative 6. 23 is negative 12. 25 is 8 minus 1 with a positive sign is positive 7. 27 is negative 13. All right. The answer to 33. 33 on lesson 138, x equals 21. 31, x equals 8. Okay. Lesson 139. Volume of a cylinder. Volume of a cylinder. This is a cylinder. Okay? And volume means how much space does it have inside? How much does it hold? All right? A silo would be a cylinder. Okay? Anything with this shape is a cylinder. And you want to know how much space is in this whole thing. Not just surface area. We did surface area. So this isn't just the outside, but how much space is in the cylinder. The volume of a cylinder is, here's the formula, volume equals pi r squared h. Okay? Pi r squared h. Don't forget what you're doing with r squared. What does that little 2 mean? Please, please, please get that into your system. What does that little 2 mean? Does that mean a number times 2? Or does that mean a number times itself? It's very, very important that you get this. Okay? This cylinder has a radius of 5 centimeters. Radius 5 centimeters. And a height, h, remember these letters stand for something. Radius, height of 21 centimeters. All right, following the formula, let's figure this out. So what's my line going to actually look like? What is the number that represents pi? Pi is always 3.14. 3.14 times 5 with a little 2 times 21, right? Now what is a 5 with a little 2? Remember, remember, remember. That means 5 times 5. So you have 3.14 times 25 times 21. So now do this. Pause the video if you want to. Do the math. It does not matter what order you start. Okay? Doesn't matter. 3.14 times 25, 25 times 21 times the third one, but it's a 3-step multiplication. Remember, if you're working with this decimal, remember that you need to get that decimal in. Okay? Simply do the math. Let's start with 3.14 times 25. What's that going to be? 0, 2, 7, 15, 8, 2, 6, 0, 15, 8, 7. Decimal point. This is not a decimal point, that's a carry. 1, 2, 78.50. You could drop that 0 if you like. 78.5 times 21. All right, 78.5 times 21. 5, 8, 7, 10, 16, 17, 14, 15, 5, 8, 4, 1, 6, 1. Decimal point, one place, proper label. What is the proper label? Volume equals 1,648.5 centimeters cubed. Or you can have the CU, cubed centimeters. Volume is always the little 3. Area is always the little 2. Volume is the 3 because you're working with 3 dimensions. You're working with height, width, and length. Well, yeah, on these it's a little weird. That's not what it exactly is on the volume, but of a cylinder. Cylinder. How much space is inside? Volume equals pi r squared. Remember, that means number times itself, not necessarily not a number times 2. This is 5 times 5. 5 times 5, not 5 times 2. Okay? All right, lesson 139 for Thursday, test on Friday.